Semen retention gang, you know what's going on. Listen, what if I told you semen retention was the glitch in the matrix? What if I told you semen retention is the glitch in the matrix? Let me explain. I just gotta keep telling y'all because like y'all just don't get it. But that's okay, because I'm gonna make you understand. I'm gonna make you understand. If you ejaculate, you are subconsciously telling yourself that you are unworthy of the power. Let me say that again, bro. If you ejaculate and you're not making a baby, you are telling yourself you are unworthy of this power. Why do you think every time you ejaculate, you have less confidence than back then when you were on that long streak of semen retention? Because when you retain, it tells your mind that I am worthy of power. I am worthy of life force energy. So do you think you're unworthy of life force energy? This is why you cannot manifest what you want. This is the reason behind you not being able to manifest stuff that you actually want. Because you feel you are unworthy. You consciously are unaware, but you subconsciously feel unworthy. This is why when you ejaculate, you're in the lower chakra. This is why you feel fear. You are not fearless or confident because you don't feel worthy. So for all the people practicing semen retention, it should be a lifestyle. You can count your days or you don't have to count your days. But listen, while you are practicing semen retention, I do want you guys to, especially you non-ether beings with hair like this, black melanated, neuromelanated beings, listen, I want you to do affirmations every single day. At least 3 times a day. At least 3 times a day. Set timers on your phone and do affirmations. At least 20 minutes. 3 times a day. Repeating to yourself, because when you ejaculated, you lost yourself. If you're going to have to wake up, bro. Sex is a spell. Here's why. Ejaculation is a spell. Especially on the black male. Ejaculation is a spell. Therefore, you can be this ultimate confident dude, and then when you ejaculate, you're not that confident dude no more. You have did a spell on yourself. Now, when you're back on retention, like I said, 3 times a day, at least 20 to 30 minutes, even longer. But the more you tell yourself, I am the most worthy, I am the most confident, I am the most courageous. Just keep telling yourself inner confidence. You have to repeat over and over and over to yourself, you are a confident being. Because guess what? If you're because masturbation is an unconfident thing. Yeah, it's an unconfident thing. Your mind playing tricks on you. You know you're supposed to be on semen retention. You did 147 days, right? Then you want to relapse. Oh, yeah, I ain't getting... The female attraction ain't working. What do you mean the female attraction ain't working? You're not supposed to be ejaculating. This is your brain. This is your lower self. Your lower self. You cannot let your lower self beat the higher self. If you use rationality, you cannot let the lower self beat the higher self. And if you don't do affirmations, if you don't use self-talk, you will fall to the lower self. Yeah, that comes from 0 self-talk. You're going to be on CPU mode. Airplane mode. No self-talk is equivalent to airplane mode. How do you have control over your avatar? So listen, when you're doing semen retention, like I said, 3 times a day. You can go even more. But at least 30 minutes for 3 times a day. Say confidence, courageous, victorious type affirmations. You have to repeat this in your subconscious mind. Because every time you ejaculate, it fucks with your subconscious mind. And if you don't like that I use profanity, you can get the fuck out you can get the fuck on. You feel me? Because I speak in truth. Not, using big words. No. Listen, I make sure everybody understand me. Listen, you got to retain your seed. That is your confidence. The more you retain your seed, the more you feel worthy. That's why on longer streaks, don't you notice nature starts to get more colorful? It like it seems more brighter, more clear. Yeah, because you understand the beauty of life. You don't understand the beauty of a woman if you want to ejaculate with her without procreation. You don't understand the beauty. That's what you learn from porn. It tells you to skip the scene, just nut on her. Yeah, or just ejaculate on her. That is not natural. If it was natural, why aren't you confident after you do it? If it was natural, why don't you go outside in public and do it? Because it is not a natural thing. Semen retention gang, you know what's going on.